Good afternoon. We are calling the meeting of the Select Board for February 18th, 2021 to order at 5:02. And my name is Melinda Collins, and with me are Katie Conlon and Mike Zulis, Arthur Doyle, Richard Wells, and our town administrator, Mike Dennehy, and also our executive administrative assistant, Hillary Waite. So welcome and thanks for joining us. We're going to skip over the Pledge of Allegiance only because I know people are a little pressed for time. As far as public comment, I see we have Elaine and Fred with us. Hello, I hope you're both well. And just in case either one of you would like to make a statement, I'll wait a moment for your hand to be raised. I will say that we're going to be putting 652 Canton Avenue on our 224 agenda because I think that we need to give people more time to absorb the letter. It went up last night. Johanna Schneider was great. She got it turned around last night, so I packaged everything up, and Hillary was able to get it up on the website front page today. So thank you, Hillary. So we can go right into 652 Canton Avenue project eligibility letter. As you can see, because it went up, everything past Mike's language is in there. I did restore that section, as Tim said, that's a section that is applicable to the regulations, and so it's good to be there. Does anyone have anything to address about that? Yes, Katie.
So, Madam Chair, I think the letter looks very good in all of the attachments. I'm just wondering if we included by mistake an attachment from the applicant, because there's a letter from the applicant's counsel dated January 29th rather, which is the first attachment.
Right, so that's referenced in the letter, and that's what generated the discussion by Mr. Corcoran, because in Attorney Schomer's letter, there's an assertion, unless I attached the wrong one, there's an assertion that 652 has its own access and it doesn't depend upon 648.
So does Johanna think that that should be attached?
Well, she didn't say no. I had sent her
Okay.
I had sent her the whole packet.
Okay, if she saw the whole packet and didn't suggest taking it out, it just struck me as a little odd that we included it, but okay, that's fine then.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm happy to take it out as well. It just, since it's referenced also in Mr. Corcoran's material, I just thought that it might be useful.
I think for purposes of keeping it on the website and getting comments, we should leave it in. We can take I might want to take another look at it to see how it's cited and whether it really should be included, but we could talk about that on the 24th.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever anyone likes. And to that end, I just wanted to, I also had her check out my point about the process and how it allows for things like this to happen. So I just wanted to read this out, and the paragraph that I had, but I had struck was, while the projects are technically separate under the law, the board notes the highly unusual circumstances which may result in an already oversized project proposal expanding through a legal process of disarticulation that prevents municipalities and abutters from addressing issues as a whole for what amounts to a phased project, regardless of vehicular access. Now, that's not a statement of the board. That was my feeling. And that's what I was talking about yesterday with, it's a slightly different approach. And because I am an affordable housing advocate. And at the same time, I think the regulations should give us the best possible projects for each site. So that was my only point. And I just wanted to also add that because we got a letter that seemed to get a little confused, which this is all very confusing. So I totally understand that as well. But yes, so people take another look at it. We'll be revisiting it on 2/24. So our next item We actually got a contract in for 582 Blue Hill Avenue for a landscape architect, and it's a very small amount of money. And I did check, we did get the check from the applicant. The applicant pays for all of these for the Zoning Board of Appeals. And so those contracts come through the Zoning Board of Appeals. Judy Barrett prepares those, goes over them with the ZBA, and then they come to us. And they're going to need to be scope amendments, as well as sort of contracts that they didn't really anticipate in the beginning as the process goes along, because as changes are made, new things will occur, or people will see the need for additional peer reviews. So we've been asked if we can help facilitate that pace. And Katie very kindly drew up a motion for us. So the contract that came in was for Martha Lyon, and it's not here, but if you do authorize myself and Mike to handle these contracts, and then for Mike to sign them, then that could maybe go a little more quickly. And actually, I did have Johanna Schneider also look at that, and it's, as I said, it's a standard contract, and it will be over in the blink of an eye. She'll need to have this done because they need to get the project reviewed. They only have 180 days to get these finished, these hearings. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts?
I think it will just help facilitate the urgency at which the Board of Appeals sometimes needs to act on these matters, and facilitate the turnaround time. So, Madam Chair, I'll move that we authorize the Chair of the Select Board and the Town Administrator to negotiate and handle, and the Town Administrator to sign on amendments to existing peer review contracts, and to any additional peer review contracts, in each case as requested by the Board of Appeals, with respect to the pending applications for comprehensive permits under Mass General Laws, Chapter 40B, for the following locations: 582 Blue Hill Avenue, 485 through 487 Blue Hills Parkway, 648 Canton Avenue, and 4 through 24 Franklin Street, 19 through 25 Bassett Street, and 522 Adams Street.
Second.
Thank you. I'm going to abstain since I'm involved. All those in favor: Ms. Conlon,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Zulus,
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And I'm abstained. Great. So at this point, I move pursuant to MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21, Subsection A, Subsection 6, to consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, as I believe that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the Select Board, specifically with regard to parcels abutting 432 Adams Street and also 525 Adams Street. And we will adjourn without returning to open session.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor: Ms. Conlon,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Zulus,
Yes.
Ms. Collins, yes. Great, thank you. Have a good night, Elaine and Fred.